How's it going, guys? Welcome to Time Tropics. Hope you like the angle. Today we're talking about lighting on my optiset 240 and basically the restocking and bits and pieces that I've done on the tank. On this tank basically comes with two retrofit T5 Aqueal LED day and night bulbs, and what I found is running those bulbs, I was getting a lot of algae along the glass, and mainly on the glass I was getting a lot of algae forming. So I swapped the lights over. I found them a little bit too bright, put in two small Fluval Aqua Skies in the tank, and basically dulled them down to 40%. And we've done a with the Apogee, I think it's called, par tester, and basically configured the light. So we've got even spread along the tank and really good growth. So yeah, it's looking fantastic at the moment. But just wanted to show you the setup I've done, and a couple of people wondered exactly how bright these T5 retrofit bulbs are, and I'll show you on the other tank. Right, so as you can see, I've got the two Aqua Sky lights on the top here, and these lights come with a 120 degree angle spread on them. But even still, one in the middle wasn't enough. You got to remember that the light bounces off the glass, so the back end of the tank was getting a lot less. So when we configured it with these, and as you can see, it's not the full 4-foot light. Got quite a small one. They're both small comparatively. And you saw the lighting I was getting out of them, and growth. I suppose the eventuality, what's going to happen is I'll get a completely different light unit for this, and put it in the middle, something a little bit stronger or with higher spread. I'm not too sure. At the moment it seems to be working well. I'll address that issue when I get to it. But as a whole, I'm pretty happy. But I want to show you on the dual 180 that I've got exactly how powerful the other bulbs are, and the flaw in those. Because what I found is having this setup, what I've gained in it is controllability. I've got an app. I can basically ramp up the sunrise and the sunset, duration, intensity, stuff like that. I mean, what you've got to realise is when you buy this tank, you're really buying a good quality tank and cabinet. That's the main thing. And with the light unit on it, obviously to keep the costs down, there's no controllability to it really. You just got to switch on for the light to be on the white spectrum, and turn it off, turn it back on. You get like the blue in it, the white and blue. And then you do that again and you get the blue light, which is fine, but it's manual. And for something like this, I really wanted some sort of controllability, so an app that I can basically run it down, run it up and run it down. Now, I would say this, you'll find that in some of the cheap Chinese lights that they do like a little plug within the power cords, and you can basically put a controller along there. Now, if you think, if I've got 9 lights across here, what's more than likely going to happen is that 9 lights are going to come on, 9 lights are going to go off. You're not going to be able to turn each one of them to different settings, because as soon as you turn it off and turn it back on, it reverts back to the other setting or the next setting. So I think that's a slight flaw in the design that really could have been remedied if they just put a little connector along the power lead to the light, And then you could have even got yourself a cheap controller and had the lights controlled. If you think about it, 9 lights, how are you going to control them all? If you've got, say, a controller that does 3, and then you end up with 3 controllers, and then you can basically play with them. But again, all that's going to happen is it's going to go either white. It's going to go white more than likely, unless you have it turned on and off. It makes it complicated. Whereas just go and get a light unit like the Aqueal, which has controllability, and then it deals with all of that itself. I reckon probably with one plant, the fluval plant in the middle here, a large one, I probably got all the spread that I wanted or needed. But I had these lights, so I used them. Okay, as you can see, we're literally running one bulb, lighting up the tank, just with a one bulb. This tank is, you see, like I've got it diagonally. The light unit I think is 90 centimetres. The tank itself is 101 centimetres. So it doesn't kind of fit all the way. I think it's 90 centimetres. Anyway, you're going to have to check it out. But so basically I've got it directional like this, diagonally like this. And just the one bulb is running this much light. Remember the tank is 55 centimetres deep as well. And yeah, there's par all the way to the bottom. I think when we measured it out, something like 110 or 120 sitting on the base. And I'll show you what that's like. So there you go. There's with the single bulb. This is the amount of spread that you're getting in 55 centimeters worth of depth. Now, if I switch on the other bulb, you get that much more. And then this is the issue I was talking about with the idea of this light unit. Is you turn it off, turn it on. And what you gain is an extra bit of blue. I'll do it on the other one as well. Turn it off, turn it on. Now, as you can see, there's a little bit more blue to the tint. And then you turn it off, turn it back on. Turn it off, turn it back on. And you get this blue light. The colours are really nice. In fact, I'm planning that I might end up using these bulbs and try to grow soft coral under these lights, but it's the controllability which really sort of bugs me about this whole setup. But colour wise, I smashed it. So anyway, Aqueal, just put one of those connectors along the way so we can unplug it, at least put our own controllers on it. At least have the ability to control these lights, the different spectrums at the times that we want it. And if you don't want to use controller, you just use it as is. So there you go, like that. So I mean, like the idea of the different the two different colour modes, the two white colour modes, is one's supposed to be sunrise and the other one's supposed to be daybreak and day, I think it is. But like I say, without that controllability, you're going to have to be doing it yourself. But on the same token, what do you want for such a cheap tank? You know? I'd like to say thank you to a lot of my friends, which, well, two of my friends especially, that have donated to this tank. As you can see, there's a lot more plants and fish in this tank now. Things like the angels on the corner, and loads more harlequin rasboras and neons and cardinal tetras. It's got a little splash of colour with the guppies as well. more movement with the rummy noses and Danios in there. And as a whole, super happy with this tank. The tank itself, I think is a brilliant buy. I would highly recommend it. Even though I think the lighting is a little bit meh, I would say that the tank itself more than makes up for it. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. You know, everyone who turns up has a good old look at it, and makes you proud that as an aquariumist that you've come to that level of actually creating something which people can actually enjoy, as well as yourself, obviously. You know, I've had many tanks which have been old, scuffed up since I've been in the hobby. I'm very thankful for having something which can showcase what I can do, and now I've set the bar for myself to create the next scape equally as beautiful, which I'm hoping is going to be the soft coral tank now, which is going to be my next challenge. But Aqueal optiset 240, very nice tank. I was actually considering getting the dual Rio 240, and it was the OptiWhite angle that sort of swung me. You know, the dual glass is nice as well, the toughened glass that they use, but there's something to be said for ultra clear glass. You know, I'll probably find that the marine tank will probably be with a dual 240, or I'm not too sure, maybe something like that. At the moment I've started with a 180, we'll see how it all develops. But yeah, really highly recommend it, and it's so much cheaper. If you've got all the gear already, you know, and you just want a tank, a nice tank cabinet, and you're going to deck it out yourself with your own stuff, such a good buy. You know, with things like the Fluval and the Dual, you get lighting with it. You get, saying that the Dual, you're not getting controllable lighting, you're getting the same type of lighting as this tank. But with the Fluval, you're going to get something that you can, like the Roma 240, you can connect it up to an app and you can get the same effect of what I've got here. But the only thing is I don't like about it is the two pipes sticking out the bottom of the tank, which sort of stop you from escaping all the way to the sides. But yeah, very happy with it. Please drop some comments, see if you like it, what you like about it, what you don't like about it. Show some support, like and subscribe, put some comments down, and yeah, see you next time. Take care.